start off by saying thank each and every last one of you for being out here. Thank you for just taking the time out of your day to come with me and my family to a place that is so hard for me to come to. And that's why I only come here once a year. We do West Wednesday every week. But this place where they took my brother's life, it's real hard. I get no joy out of that. But I'm trying not to cry because I felt like my brother showed me a sign today because this is the coolest that it's ever been. I would have out in black if I would have tried this last year. So it's like he want me to be cool and easy. So that's what I'm gonna try to do my best to do, and for my baby's sake, because I ain't trying to upset her, and I'm not trying to upset my cousin Jamie over there. So I hold it together. But again, I want to thank you guys. And if this is your first time here, I just want to give you a little history of what happened to my brother on that fateful day 11 years ago. So I'm going to start. So literally, we've been out here for 4,011 days. 4,011 days. 11 years, 573 weeks. That's a very long time to be doing anything. But the fact that on this day, July the 18th, 2013, and it was on a Thursday, and that's what's real ironic and interesting to me that the day is Thursday because it never fell on a Thursday before. It always, you had every day but a Thursday. So this is like, I'm real emotional about that. And literally, with my brother, when he was brutally murdered, he was only 44 years old. And literally, this May that passed, he would have been 55. And so if you do the math, 11 years, you take 11 from 55, my brother forever 44. Healthy young man that wasn't doing anything wrong, but unfair, but sure enough, he was in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Literally on July the 18th, 2013, what started off as a beautiful day, because any day I spent with my brother, my kids, was always a blessed day. Still is always a blessed day. So he called me that morning, and he always would call me extra early. He was my alarm clock. You know, he called me, hey, sis, good morning, you up? And I'm lying half asleep, cold in my eye. Yeah, I'm up. He said, you ain't up. He said, but get ready, come on, because you don't want to be late for work. I'm like, all right, I'm getting ready. So y'all ready. And mind you, I'm a teacher. I teach in the summertime too, still at the same spot. This next month will be 18 years at that same job. But anyway, we went to the summer camp program like we are today. So long story short, I get up, take my shower, I eat a little breakfast, and I ride and I go pick him up. And then me and him switch seats because every time I pulled up in front of his house, he'd be like, all right, sis, you ready for me to push the Benz? Because I had just got the Benz. So he was excited. I can't believe my sister let me drive her new Mercedes Benz. I'm like, get out of here. So long story short, we switched seats like we always do. We made our jokes. And he was just happy as I don't know what that day. And that day he was supposed to be, and I'll never forget it. He was supposed to be getting off of work early because he had to go see an apartment. I'm sorry, a house, because he was living in an apartment, but he was going to see a house that he was getting ready to purchase for him and his children. And he was so excited. He's like, yeah, I'm about to have my son and my daughter's living with me. I can't wait. You know, they had him come through, and he was like, I want to show you the house. He's like, it's hot as I don't know what the day says, but I want to show you this house this evening. But I'm like, all right, cool. So long story short, I went to work. He went to work. And he always like literally would pull up at my school. So I got off at 5:30. He'd be always a half hour early because he said, if you're on time, you're literally late. That's just the type of man he was. So I'm always late because I'm late being on time. Like I'm late. I'm late for my own thing. Well, I promise you, they just gonna push me in. Like, where's her body? Like real talk. But anyway, so this day we go. And it was interesting because I had just had an officer in my class, and I'll never forget going to the car, taking off my heels, kicking them off, getting my flip flops out my trunk or whatever. And then I had this teddy bear and I had a picture of me and the officer because it was my co-teacher husband. And ironically, this is so crazy because he worked for Northeast District as well. But thank God he's not a road cop, you know. But anyway, long story short, I get in the car. He's like, what's that teddy bear? So we start a conversation. And I told him, I said, yeah, we had an officer visiting a little campus at camp today. He was like, oh my God, that's cool. He said, wow, Officer Friendly exists. And I was like, yeah, I guess so. And I showed him the picture. He was so excited. He said, well, wow. But meanwhile, he was still upset because literally Saturday, George Zimmerman was found not guilty for murdering Trayvon Martin, a young man. So that conversation sparked back up as we were driving. And he was like, yeah, he was like, sis, how you feeling? Because literally I called him that day because me and my brother was like this. That was my big brother. He was like my father, my best friend, my everything. So literally we talking about, he was like, yeah. He's like, you still sad about George Zimmerman? I said, yeah, I'm still sad. He said, I know it's crazy. He said, we got to worry about all the George Zimmermans in our hood, man. And I was like, that's deep. So we talking. So then he was like, what's this? He was like, I know you ain't cooking today. I said, you damn sure right I ain't cooking. It's hot as I don't know what out here. So he was like, well, he said, let me go treat you. He's like, I know what you want, a chicken box. So I'm like, yeah, give me my chicken dinner. We good. So we rode down to our favorite restaurant, not knowing that this is my last time with my big brother, not knowing on earth. So we go to the restaurant. He tell me what you want. I get what I want. And as we there, his cell phone rings. This is a young lady that he barely knew, an acquaintance that he only knew maybe a few weeks. So she's calling. She's like, "Hey, I'm stranded." And I can hear him because he had it on speaker. So he's like, "What's up?" He was like, "I'm with my sister. I'm with my little sister. What's up?" So she like, "Can you come get me? I'm stranded." She was like, "I tried to call a cab. I'm at my mother's house. I need to go home because I'm trying to get ready. I got to work tonight." So he's like, well, let me, this ain't my car. I told you I ain't gonna stun it. This is my sister car. Let me ask my sister if I could come get you. I'm like, bro, long as you go get my daughter. And at the time, she was like 16, 17. She was working at McDonald's. Like, long as you put your niece in the equation, we good. So to make a long story short, he like, all right, cool. We driving, and as we're going from the restaurant, we get our food. And I'll never forget the young lady asked him to grab her a few wings. So he told the people, could you give me some wings or whatever? So bam, we got the food. I get my food, and as he dropped me off at my house, before we get to my house, he like, sis, I want to show you the house that I'm going to get for me and baby boy. And he's like, that my kids, my older kids, they gonna come. This gonna be our house. I'm like, okay, where it says so. We rode, it was a house on Gorsuch Avenue. And I never forget him showing, he's like, I know it's hot, I know you don't feel like getting out this car. And I really did. But anything my brother wanted me to do, I'm getting out there sweating. I'm like, God, but I peeked through the window. He like, I'm supposed to I signed the lease, everything. He said they supposed to give me the keys later on by tomorrow. He was like, and I was all happy. So I'm like, all right, cool. So we get to my house. So he always was a gentleman. He never pulled off before I got in. So I'm standing there, I'm looking at him, and I'm holding him up. So I know he getting agitated. So he's looking at me like, and I see his dreadlocks flopping. So I'm like, what's up? He was like, I'm waiting for you to go in. I got to go pick this chick up. He's like, what's going on? Like, you still standing there? I'm like, oh, I'm good. He was like, you ain't good. You're not in the house yet. So I go in the house, whatever. He pulls off or whatever. And me not knowing anything. So literally at exactly 7:18, I started getting all the 7 o'clock. I started getting all this excruciating pain in my neck, my back, and I'm like to the point. I'm like, am I having a stroke? I don't know what's wrong. The pain was real to the point I fell off of my bed. I'm crying, but I'm not trying to scare my other children in the house. So then my boyfriend comes in the room. He's like, what's wrong? I'm like, my neck hurts so bad I might gotta go to the hospital. At the time, my vehicle was with my brother, so he didn't have a car at the time. So I'm like, get me out on the front porch. Maybe we can call 911 because this pain is bad. It was all in my neck and my back. Felt like somebody broke my neck. That's how the pain felt. So literally, after 10 or 15 minutes, it stopped. And I'm like, oh, hell no. He was like, what? He was like, you feel better? I said, yeah. I said, no, something wrong with my brother. He was like, man, why would you say that? I said, no, something ain't right. So I called him. He didn't answer the phone. I'm studying, calling him. Long story short, I sent him to go to his house. I'm like, please go and declare my mind. Go to his house, see if you see my green car there. He like, he probably sleep. I said, well, if you see my car, we good. I said, but he don't sleep, do not answer the phone. He said his phone could be there. I said, no, it's constantly ringing. So he goes down there. He literally walked a few miles to my brother's house. He goes down there. By the time he get down, I'm waiting. That hour seemed like it was 20 hours. I'm like, please let him tell me my car outside. So he calls me. He like, I don't see your car. And I'm like, oh my God. I said, look, just hurry up, catch a cab back up here. I need you, catch a cab. I'm feeling crazy right now. So he like, all right, I'm gonna wait, give me about 20 minutes. So while he doing that, I'm calling my family. I'm going crazy. But to the point, I actually was a police officer at the time. I'm like, I don't know why God is telling me to call you. I said, but God told me to ask you, did you just get a signal 13? I don't know what no codes mean. He was like, well, God ain't telling you that. He was like, he was being sarcastic. He was like, that's you. He said, you crazy. He said, that means an officer down. I said, I don't care if it means your granny down. Please go check that out. So he was like, I said, are you at work? He said, yeah, I'm at the district. I just, I'm here. He said, I'll go check it out in a minute. He said, I'm telling you, that's about an officer. I said, I don't care. I said, God told me to call you. So long story short, hung up on him, started calling my aunt and calling my family. Then literally I had to call my baby at work, and I'll never forget. So now I'm feeling sick. I'm like, my whole world shifted. It just changed in a blink of an eye. I'm crying. I'm hysterical. I can't get it together. And I call her, and I didn't want to, but I'm like, it's almost time for her to get off of work. She gets off at 10 o'clock. I'm like, how am I going to tell her this? So I call her and I'm like, I said, can I speak to kid? They like put her on the phone. She said, hey, ma, she's not at all happy, good. And I'm like, baby, I said, I'm not coming to get you. I said, your uncle not coming to get you. She said, is he out front? I'm coming. I said, no. I said, he's not coming to get you tonight. She said, why not? And she thought that was weird. And I said, something bad happened to your uncle. She was like, oh my goodness, what? I said, I don't know yet, but something bad happened. And I just hung up. I said, catch a cab. I got you. So long story short, I hung up on her, told her that news, and literally I'm not even talking to my aunt. I called my aunt dying back. It was like a mother who raised me and my brother. I'm on the phone with her. We praying. She done called around. She done called Good Sam Hospital. She done called Yuma Memorial. She done called all the surrounding hospitals. Uh, Near this one, like he went somewhere up on Lock Raven and Kentmore. I don't know the exact address. Long story short, as I'll never forget, I'm on the phone talking to her. And I'll never forget my boyfriend come in the room. And he's like, you was right. And I was like, right about what? And he was like, they killed your brother. And when I say those words, I'm like, wait a minute, hold up. Well, I just dropped the phone. I'm like, who killed my brother? Like, don't play like they say, not playing. Playing TV on one of them little things that they turn my TV around in my position and all I see is my green Mercedes Benz in the middle of the street by that stop sign. My dear brother on a gurney, lifeless, like his arm just falling off, no life to him whatsoever. Witnesses crying, sobbing, beautiful neighbors from around here crying, saying they did not have to beat that man from one side of the street to the other. They tried, it was a nurse to try to give him aid, and they told her get the F back in the house. These were roll cops, and the fact that the first killer cop, Ruiz, is a repeat violent offender. Not only did he kill my brother and played a big crucial part because he was the first one to pull my brother's car over in an unmarked car. Let's be crystal clear. He didn't even know he was being pulled over. So as soon as he realized they flashed the lights at me, like, okay, he's like, let me show them I'm an unarmed black man. He put his arms out because he knew how rough it could be if you try to resist or you be ignorant or whatever. So he put his arm out. He was very respectful, very humble. He put his arms out, and immediately he asked them, he's like, and the witnesses, these were witnesses that told me this. He said, good evening, officer. Why are you pulling me over? And they said, Nicholas Chapman said, this is what the F we do to you, N words. And that was his response. And Ruiz quickly agreed. And they started laughing. And at that point, they started dragging him out by his dreadlocks, literally. And the beating began. But I'm not even going to go into that. But they did some horrific things to my brother. And the fact that the coroner's office played a crucial role. Let's be crystal clear. David Fowler's office, they would not release my brother's body 5 days until, like, literally, he was murdered. The autopsy was done on the 19th. It took them 154 days to release a partial autopsy report that literally said my brother had a bad heart and he died from dehydration. What about all those women and men that were beating him, almost 17, that beat the life out of one unarmed man that was pleading and was screaming, Trayvon Martin, help me. And that broke my heart because I knew the last conversation we had was about George Zimmerman and everybody being crystal clear about what was going on in our own communities. And it registered to me. And at that moment, I died too. The old little Tawanda Jones that could not talk in front of crowds, the old little quiet, sweet little me, I died right there and I got back up. I got up and that type of pain, I'm not even gonna lie, it makes you test your belief in God. Whatever you believe in, that pain overtakes everything. And had it not been for me being a mother of four beautiful kids, I promise you I would have took my life that night. I remember posting on Facebook, they killed my brother. I want to die. That was like real. That was so real to me. I just wanted to leave here. I'm like, how could this happen? We went to church every Sunday. I was getting him back on road. As soon as he was released, I was his program. I got him back together. He got a job, he got his license. Like I did everything to make sure he stayed on track. My big brother, my everything. And this is what they did to him for no reason at all. And the fact that it's still continuously happening over and over again. And then the first thing they always try to say when they kill our loved ones, they were dangerous. He was so big in stature. What about 400, almost 400-pound David Keller Lewis? That was the last cop that for more he crashed into the back of the unmarked Chapman car to actually come set his 340-pound body on an unarmed man that was already beat over 18 minutes. Pepper spray, tased, crying, screaming, hollering. And he's going to play the last part and finish him off. And they knew he was dead. Good Sam Hospital ain't even 2 minutes away from here. Witnesses around here, y'all can knock on their door if you don't believe me. Witnesses from around here said that they took 30 minutes before they pulled off, and they didn't pull up in a hurry. Any type of medical emergency, the siren is glaring, everything is glaring on. They pulled off slow. The only reason why they didn't cover him up and put him in the body bag because they did not want to disrupt these neighbors that might have would have. So I had witnesses literally every time I come up here every year. I had an old man that was like in his 70s. He said, "Sis," he said, "Look, I'm an old man." He said, "That day, I wish I had a gun." He said, "I would have did something to one of them. I'm glad that by the grace of God, I have a gun because I would have unloaded. Your brother didn't deserve that." He said, and I kept telling him, he kept doing this to the boy, and I ain't even want to hear no more. But I said all this to say, when it comes to them killing us, they have no problem. And I just want to talk real quick about the foolishness last Saturday with Donald Trump and just how that just because of our skin color, we're unsafe. You had a white young dude that was suspicious walking around hours. People kept calling, said, "We see a suspicious guy. He's walking around with these binoculars. That's like a reader that you could actually get your target, a target reader. You got a book bag on, Thomas Crooks. And then you go and you crawl up the wall like you G.I. Joe. You could crawl up the wall just like they crawled up the wall in D.C. and ain't a damn thing happened. Now it would have been West Wednesday protesting and we would have tried to climb up the wall. They would have gunned us all down. Let's be crystal clear. We wouldn't have made it inside of a Capitol. We can't even go to big protests without them setting. When I had been down on City Hall, literally had sharpshooters pointing guns at our heads, and we got protest signs of my brother. And they got guns to our head. Like, are you kidding me? And that's what makes me so mad when they always say we as black people, and I'm talking to my black brothers, my black sisters right now. We always quick to roll with them when they say, "Oh well, they shouldn't have had a knife, they shouldn't have had a gun, they shouldn't have been looking like." No, we had people that's armed like he was 150, and this was CNN reporting accurately. He was 150 feet. People were screaming to police in the crowd, "Hey, that's somebody, he got a gun, he got a gun," telling them. They did nothing. They did nothing. And then when we talk about Tyree, that nobody, he was the no shoot zone. They gunned him down because he had a damn knife in his hand. Gunned him down. Took his life. Set him up, watched the social media, knew that this man carried his weapon because he'd always posted on say, Facebook. And he always talked trash to the police. And when somebody was seriously trying to kill him that summer, I'll never forget, he went to his house and he had Facebook, and a lot of people didn't like him, but nobody wanted to talk about the mental health of Tyree. But now they're talking about the mental health of this other person that murdered. They want to talk about the mental health of Thomas. Like, get out of here with the foolishness. Everybody deserves accountability. And it makes me so mad when I see our people get mistreated. I have a mother, I only child, that like, oh my God, like this pain is so real and right. But that was my big brother, father, like figure. But I couldn't have been, like I said, my only prayer, God, please take me first. Don't ever take none of my babies. Because in my world, the way I was raised, the children always supposed to bury the parents. We're never supposed to bury our babies. Never. Never. And I feel sorry for anyone that have to bury their loved ones, whether it's your baby, your father, your uncle, your brother, your friend. It's not right. So I said also say that we're going to continue on peacefully fighting, but we need accountability. It's time for us to knock this system down and build it back up. And like my sister Dina was talking about Project 25, we better keep our eyes open because there's a lot of stuff in there. I started looking at some of the stuff today, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding. They trying to take away Head Start programs. I taught at Head Start programs. And that's a program that's based in the community, based upon people income, and they had their babies go to school and get a good education. We used to go in and do homeschooling with the little babies, teach them how to read, write, all that good stuff. And they want to take that away. They want to take everything away. And just like she said, they're gonna start a civil war because ain't nobody going back into slavery time. We not going back there. We still got a whole lot of laws that are not right now that we're trying to fight and make right. You think we're gonna get took back? And there's all these projects, and if you notice, a project in this experiment. They keep on experimenting with us. Project, experiment. They're experimenting with our lives. And we need to stop and stand up and do whatever we can humanly possible. This is not a black thing, it's not a white thing, it's about humanity. We need to come back to a place of peace and love and realize everybody that bleeds out here, our blood color is the same regardless of what religion background you come from, what you believe in, whatever, we all feel pain. And we need to pull together as humans, and we don't need to keep on waiting till every time somebody get murdered and it makes the national news, and then we get outraged, and then we go shut things down, and we don't do this, and we pull together. We need to continuously pull together and advocate for what's right and what's wrong need to be shut down. Because if we don't do it, we are frogs in a pot, slowly dying, adjusting to this dirty system that don't give a damn about us. And anybody don't know what I'm talking about? If you put a frogs in a pot at a low temperature, they won't hop out. They'll slowly die. They'll adjust to their death, their demise. But if you turn that pot of water up, they not frog not gonna jump in hot water. They gonna jump slam out. They just adjusting the temperature, and we slowly die, letting them spin the narrative, do this, do that. But guess what? I don't care if it take another 11 years. I'm here to stay. They tried to sell me out, buy me out, kill me out. They try to do everything in there. How you don't know what 11 years feel like walking in my shoes. I done been through demotions at my job because I stand up for West Wednesday and I'm speaking alive, and I don't care if they show my boss, I'll tell her to her face. You don't know the hell and havoc I go through. Fight for accountability, waking up, car windows bust out. Then one time they got my baby car at the same time as me. Like they still doing stuff. I still don't know who this white man showing up at my door, snatching car covers off, poisoning my plants, doing foolishness. But you can do anything and everything. You're not going to shut me down. I'm going to continuously be there. I'm not there for no income or none of that. I'm there for the outcome. I've been proved myself many years ago. I proved myself in the name of Tyrone West. I love my brother, and it's an extension not just for my brothers, for all our brothers. This ain't never been about a Tyrone West thing. I call out all the victims of police brutality and murder, community violence, everything, because it's hand in hand. Until we realize this system don't care about none of us. It don't care about none of us. If you're a Democrat, a Republican, it doesn't care about us. Money is what it cares about. It's the capitalist system that's perpetuated by racism, right? And we have to pull together through love and unity. And I believe that we will win. I believe that if we keep standing up fighting, if I ain't get nothing else off the deal, at least I showed people, I showed the world, you don't take what they tell you. I don't care how many times I've been at West Wednesday in front of Northeast District. Tawana, why you outside by yourself? It's no, I don't give a damn if somebody show up and somebody don't. I'm gonna be out there, not just for my big brother Tyrone West. I'm gonna be out there for Xavier, Anthony Ennis. I'm gonna be out there for Lottie, Dottie, and everybody. So I'm gonna pass the mic. Mic check. Mic check.
This is really hard because it's been 11 years since my uncle's been here, and it doesn't get easier. It doesn't feel good. It's so painful to just think about the fact that he will never get to experience life as we know it again, and how his life was taken from him, and just to deal with that and walking in life every single day and not knowing. But I just want to remember my uncle for the man that he was, the Christian man that he was, how strong he believed in God, how much of a good uncle he was to me, everything that he did for our family, how when he died at his funeral, so many people in my family got saved because of him. I have a relationship with God because of my uncle. That's his impact. And I wish his impact could have been even better on the world. I just really wish he was here. I have no words. It's just it's too tough. And I love you, mommy. You're so strong, and I appreciate you.
This and my beautiful baby, like this takes the totality. When she first was in college, graduated out, she took off because she got so sick. She dropped out of college, but she went back. She went back and she finished, and now she's going back to even finish, taking even further. She's working on a master's degree as we speak right now. She didn't give up. She got better. And one of my friends here today, I ain't put nobody under the bus, but they have a friend that they brought here, and their friend, I always tell her, their friend remind me of my brother's spirit. And I really feel like he sent that person here today just to stand here. Like he's been doing a lot of stuff today just to show us that he's right here with us, and I appreciate the love. Mike check.
Mike check.
Just t-shirt lady.
Hello, everybody. I just want to say we appreciate you guys for being here for our family. And basically, what I want to do is talk about the t-shirts, the colors that I picked. They represent something. Um, the burgundy.
Where my t-shirt at? My bad, my bad.
Um, is my brother's favorite color. I decided to be because my cousin um used to always say he can 17 officers abusing my cousin's life. I just want to take 5 seconds. 17 officers tasing him, kicking him, punching him, macing him. 17 officers on one unarmed man. The gold represents my uncle.
Something that y'all all know too. Y'all knew my brother Tavon. They always showed up at West End, and unfortunately, they were gone. They with my brother right now.
But the gold represents him. Coming up, he always say, I got that good until a couple. What I'm saying is, he come out here, we are with a lot of strength what my cousin does. Represents Tyrone West. We're covered with him on us on this day. I just want to say that, you know, with everything that was happening with the family, and they're coming at us, certain little things are happening. I just want to let my family know that we are protected. We are protected. Someone needs, everyone step up and voice their opinion and say things about that's going on. We don't have people to do that. This is what you get. The world that we're in now, because people are scared. People are scared. Let me tell you something. I don't know how everybody else feels about their loved ones being murdered. I know how my family feels about our loved ones being murdered. And we're going to say something. And we're going to keep on saying something. The bricks on my t-shirt represents what we are trying to build. It's a process. But what we are trying to build is justice for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. I love nobody saying, man. She's been there from day one. Like, you just have no idea what she goes through, and she's here. She never let me down. Like, never, ever let me down. And her brother would have been here tonight, but unfortunately, I'm not trying to make her sad. So I'm going to move on. But again, I want to bring up my queen, LaToya. You want to say something? And this beautiful queen lost her only son, man, and she fights like hell. Mic check.
Make sure.
Mic check.
Okay, I'm going to try not to cry this time because I'm a big crier, you guys. So I'm like you trying to get over like the nerves, right? So it sucks to I was at an event, what was it, last week for somebody else, right? Same in Baltimore again or whatnot. But it's almost like it really sucks to have to meet this new form family that we have of people who have lost one to folks, right? But what I'm learning is that I lost my only son, my only kid I had. I only had a baby. I don't have anybody else. It's hard to say that, right?
Excuse me. If you mind, how old was your son?
He was 18.
Wow.
He was a baby. They went through the COVID phase, right? So when he graduated early and stuff, and I thought I did everything the right way. I got him a car. I got him an apartment. I got him a job. I did what I'm supposed to do as a parent. Because they say, you know, they tell you have to talk and raise your kids a certain way. Y'all, that doesn't matter. I promise you, it does not matter. Like you just said, we have to, as a community, everyone out here, if you were not affected in that, like personally, you're still affected because you know us. And by you knowing these stories, you have to say something. Imagine somebody being in the street getting their ass whooped, you just walk by. What about your mother or your brother or your person that you love? You would like to say something. We have to stop being complacent. A lot of us got to the phase where we got a house, we got a car, we got these little degrees. We're like, oh, I got mine.
Right.
We gotta get that mindset because that is us taking the bait. The community has we are ourselves are complacent because we think, oh, because we got those things, we're good. We are not okay, and because they know that we think that, they keep doing what they're doing too much. So we as a culture have to get to that mindset where enough is enough and tell it on there. But we gotta just stop saying it. Let's stop being a lip service and actually really get into communities and you're spreading awareness. That's cool. But let's build our communities back up, right? We can't wait on the government anymore. We know that. Let's ourselves put programs back into the communities ourselves. We got the dollars to do so. Invest into the communities. We can do it ourselves. We can build the system back up, right? We can build our own system. We ain't gotta wait on them. We the ones who waiting for you guys. We are the ones. We gotta stop being selfish in our own mindset and realize our community, we all live here. So you should all care what's going on with your community. So I all ask you guys, please, for Tyrone West, for Xavier, for your grandkids, for your mothers, everyone's fighting, not just for black folks, period. The police are a problem, period. The government itself is a problem, period. If you can just walk around and just put a little hashtag on Facebook, you're not helping at all. I promise you're not helping. You're being part of the problem because you're taking that bait again. So we have to stop being on lip service and actually like move forward and type of something.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Can I ask you one more question?
Yeah.
What's your name again?
My name is Latoya Benson.
All right. My name's Dante. All right. And I got three boys. I got a 21-year-old and I got a 19-year-old. He got a full scholarship in college, McDaniels, and I got a 6-year-old boy, and they my best friends. You know what I mean? Because I never had my parents in my life, and I got with the wrong crowd. You know what I mean? And I fucked up. You know what I mean? So I understand what you're saying. And my boys, that's my everything. You know what I mean? Even my daughters, I got two daughters too, 24 and 16. That's what I live for. You know what I mean? So I understand where you're coming from because my boys, my everything. You know what I mean? So yeah, something happened to them, I go all the way out. You know what I mean? And you can, and I just want to put it out there. You can ask Mr. Dean about me. I'm real with mine. You know what I mean? My brothers, everybody. So yeah, and this is my first time coming here, and I like to tell everybody thank y'all, and I love this. You know what I mean? So keep doing y'all thing, and I'm gonna support from here on out with the bread, everything. You know what I mean? So yeah,
And I wanted to say, Queen, she did a beautiful drawing of her son. I didn't, if you're so talented, please
yeah,
don't let that talent go for vain. Like, my
yeah,
brother was an inspired artist, and all we wanted to do was see him. Like, he could draw anything. Like, I wish we had his artwork on here today. Oh, what's
yeah.
out there? So if you look over there, like, he was in it. Like, let me show the world. Like, he had talent. All we wanted for him to do was open up his own art shop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally. Start taking. I want to send love to my brother children.
Right.
He love y'all. He proud of y'all. He lived for y'all. And he died for y'all. And he's going to keep fighting for y'all in heaven. Just keep doing right by y'all father, doing the things that he would want y'all to do. And just know that he loved y'all and he got y'all back just like your aunt got y'all back, no matter what. But this was my grandmother picture
Yeah.
and Barack Obama. This was a lady at my job that was her grandson baby. Like he had a picture of Tupac, like Jay Z. I said Jay Z, go with you. That one like, and yeah, so and he even drew a selfie of his girlfriend at the time. Like he took a selfie of herself and he drew that looked exactly like her. Like he had curve talent. So yeah, so
He drew that Tupac right there.
yeah, he drew that Tupac
Wow,
everything.
that's nice.
Elijah Muhammad, like he was like all that. He was a career artist. So, where my queen at Nicole at? She lost her father-in-law as well as her baby, her 16-year-old beautiful daughter. Ah, yeah, she's been fighting non-stop. And we both know how I feel to lose people from community violence or whatever. And I ain't even gonna say community violence because we people, and I'm falling into what I'm asking people not to fall into because we don't know if the community did all these damn killing cops. Mic check. Come on.
Mic check.
Right there.
We won't stop until killer cops are in cell blocks.
How y'all doing tonight? I was sitting here listening to my beautiful queens and stuff, and what really got to me is when she said, take 5 seconds and imagine those 17 cops beating Tyrone to death like that. I was sitting right here at first, and the mosquitoes was biting me, and I couldn't take that. So I can't even imagine 17 grown men and women beating me.
You got one?
Oh, no, thank you.
It's sick and disgusting.
I'm recording.
How you no matter
thank you literally from the bottom of my heart for bringing my family to that table. And they were trying to silence our voice and passing the gag law. You guys did that. Like literally, like making T-shirts, doing the rally, getting the word out. Everybody out here, like each and every last person, this was just like mean to me. And stuff shorty, who got when they wouldn't even hear me, they heard him say, "No, you gonna talk to Miss Jones, and we ain't trying to hear none of that. Nobody's leaving till you talk to Miss Jones." And they talked to me. This light is burning for Uncle Bill. It's burning for Adina, my sister. I could call her for anything. Like literally, she ready to be Batman right now. I ain't even going to detail. Somebody come around my front and get them, call them Batgirl. Telling your name.
Shorty go
Yeah,
hard.
exactly. So like every one of you, Rachel, who's holding the camera, like she didn't even know she was going to be out here holding her phone, and she didn't know she was going to be out back and playing. Cause and my brother Ben, he normally does it whenever he can. She's always stepping in. Sons of None is always like I can call this dude for anything. He hold it down with the rags, everything, just like each and every last person. The hella backs, like everybody, my queen, Latoya, like everybody, my baby, my family, my cousin, everybody that's out here. Uncle Bill, who went and got the balloons, like they didn't even have them on York Road. He went somewhere else and got them. Yeah. He's determined to get He's been here. And I just remember when he showed up at a first West Wednesday and he got on the mic and all my family recognized. It was like, wait a minute, that's Mr. Blake, that's my teacher. He taught me. Like, he done taught the whole city. Like, everybody. Like, so just a big shout out to him and his beautiful wife. Like, just shout out to everybody. Everybody. Shout out to you, my queen. I was looking at you and your husband on Facebook. You got me to eat that food. I was like, I love just looking at you guys, like memories, we make memories each and every day. Shout out to my sister Alicia, who missed her flight. I think it was purposely missed because guess what? Sometimes He could change things around. When it's not meant, don't force it. Don't force it because you could be, let me tell you, when we took that trip, while this thing is lighting out, and I can start a house fire because, I keep running my mouth and it's burning, the candles running down my fingers. But literally, when we went to Texas, a big shout out to my baby, this girl, when I say she the best big sister in the whole wide world, she always has her baby sister back, her brother's back, her mother back. It ain't nothing I can't call on her for. Like we was riding to Dallas, Texas, switching the road, and that's how I know I love my babies, because she know I'm petrified of the highway. You cannot pay me right now to get on, not even the highway 83. I ain't even going on 83, but I was killing them roads, riding city to city, state to state with my baby. We was switching the roads and all that, but just seeing the racism that still exists. We in 2024, and me and my babies were scared to fall asleep in the car. We couldn't even pull over, literally, because we were in sundown towns. Sundown towns where say, just because your skin color, we can do whatever we want to do and torture you. Ain't no babies. And I was riding like a maniac, man. I rolled. She rolled. Right? Yeah, this real. Like literally real. And then, and that's why I was trying to think about my sister Alicia. Literally, as I'm getting on the highway, my baby thinking I'm crazy. I'm like, I gotta duck. And I'm like, God told me to go fill the car right now. She like, Mom, we only a quarter tank the top. For I said, I don't care what we a quarter tank of. God say, let's go fill this car all the way up. Filled it up by the grace of God. Listening to God. We ain't got something. Even went to two different spots. I ain't even comparing that they wanted Taco Bells. I wanted my Burger King. We got our little food, got on the road. As soon as we get on the road, an airplane crashed down to the median strip that I'm driving on, literally. And a family was killed driving a private jet. You can't make this stuff. We was in Nashville, like living. And I'm just thinking, like, what if, like, you always think that, what if I would have just jumped on the road, like, let's just hurry up and go. But my gut feeling say, no, stay. So when that gut tell you to stay or if your plans get switched around, just say thank you. If you thank God, thank God. If you thank the universe, I thank God. Whatever you want to thank it. And saying keep it moving. So these lights is for everybody that's going through something. And right now we all are going through something. Everybody's going through something. You might be going through something financially, spiritually. People lying on us, trying to use our names just for their purposes. It's sad. Like I'm going through so much. I done seen so many people that came to West Ramsey as couples, married couples. They're no longer together. Some of my sister, beautiful sister Paula Muhammad, she's no longer here. She done came and sung at West Ramsey. She died during COVID. Pastor Steve Turner, he died this year, had a heart attack. We just lost Chico, who came out literally to West Wednesday, Greenmount, wherever. He just passed away. Like it's too many of us dying. So let's live to love to live. And I love you all. As you blow your candle out and as we release these blooms, we have to keep the fight alive. We have to. I want y'all to repeat after me. It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We have nothing to lose
We have nothing to lose
but our chains.
but our chains.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to fight for our freedom.
It is our duty to win.
It is our duty to win.
We have nothing to lose
We have nothing to lose
but our chains.
but our chains.
So let's let the five up. I love you, brother Tyrone. We love you, too. We love you, Ty. We love you, Tavon. I want y'all, as we let these balloons up, I want you guys to say anybody that is no longer here with us, is spiritually with us, say their names right now. Tyrone West, Tavon Anderson, Maybell Anderson, Kristen Anderson, Anthony Anderson, Timmy Fleming, Timothy Fleming, Xavier, We love you, Ed Gardner. We love you all.
Sandra Bland,
Sandra Blaine, Jamal Bird,
Brianna,
Freddie Gray, Breonna Taylor,
Alfred Hazleton,
Calvin Hazleton,
William
Freddie Gray,
Dina,
Rudina.
Bob Around.
We love you all, guys. We love you all. India Taker.
Look, Tick.
We love you all. Oh, wow.
Gary Hopkins Jr.
Wow.
With us. One for each name, right?
Yeah. It's like flying. Look at the birds. Wow. That is that's what I said. The birds are like taking a message.
I told y'all we was protected.
Protected. Yeah.
One bird for every name.
Right. That was so beautiful, guys.
Bird didn't come into
Yeah. Wow. So as you blow out your candle, guys, never blow out this fight. Never walk away. We got to keep on fighting, y'all. We're more than hashtags and body bags. We're more than being 6 feet in dirt and pictures and buttons on t-shirts. Our lives matter. It may not matter to the ones that are killing us, the ones that are beating us, but it matters to us. We have to as one fight, one cause, one person, one purpose. We're all one. And until we realize that they're going to keep pulling us apart and keep on killing us slowly. Let's get out this pot, guys. We're more than that. Live to love, love to live. I love you all. We'll see you next week at West Wayne.